2521 has been a drama that has left fans with many questions. We can say that there are many things that were left uncertain and we can interpret them in different ways. Many expected a happy ending, but it was a bit sad and at the same time confusing. For this reason, today I'm going to talk to you the ending explained of 2521 and what could happen in Season 2. But first, remember to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell to be among the first to see our content. Hee-do and Yi-jin separate at the age of 25 and 21, hence the title of the drama. Yi-jin travels to New York to cover the 9/11 tragedy. After that, things change drastically. Yi-jin has to leave Korea as he has to work as a foreign reporter for UBS in New York, and Hee-do is still at the peak of her career, traveling to other countries. So, to avoid blaming each other, waiting for each other, disappointing each other and giving up, Hee-do emphasizes that ending is the right thing to do. While they end their relationship by saying hurtful words to each other, later, Hee-do's diary also reveals what they really meant that day. Hee-do wanted to say, "Baek Yi-jin, you comforted me by just being there. I grew up alone and was lonely. You held me in a warm embrace." Yi-jin wanted to say, "You helped me recover during the most difficult part of my life. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today." Hee-do also commented, "Sometimes when I didn't believe in myself, I believed in you who believed in me. That made things possible." Yi-jin also said, "Even when I had nothing, being with you made me feel like I was on top of the world." But, Hee-do can read what Yi-jin said after 2 decades. This lost and now found diary of hers gives her the closure she wanted. Old Hee-do says that when you are young, you feel like you deserve everything and want many things in the world. But as time passes, you remember the true value of youth, and those memories are what make your long life shine. During the final episode, Hee-do and Yi-jin confront each other and break up after being together for years, but they both regret how angry and emotional they were when they broke up. In her diary, Hee-do expressed her regret and said she wished things didn't end so badly. Then, Hee-do accidentally leaves her diary on a bus and requests that the driver contact her if the diary is found. Eventually, the diary is sent to Yi-jin, because inside was a card with his contact information, and he reads the diary that chronicles several years of his relationship with Hee-do, and is moved to tears when he realizes how much Hee-do loved him. They trace each other and embrace in tears, but Yi-jin is about to move to the US for work, so they remain separated. 7 years later, Hee-do's mother, a news anchor, is looking for a replacement to replace her, and chooses Yi-jin, now a successful journalist, for the job, so he returns to Korea. From Yi-jin's news we know that Hee-do is married. We know from previous episodes that she also has a teenage daughter, and we know that, while her daughter was staying at her grandmother's house, a local bookstore owner gave her Hee-do's diary. Yi-jin had asked the store owner to keep it safe and return it to Hee-do, but they stored it and forgot about it for years. Min-chae takes the diary and gives it to Hee-do, who reads it and remembers their relationship, and realizes that there is an entry on the last page that she did not write. While the book was in Yi-jin's possession, he added a note to it, expressing his own regret for the way things ended. We learn that Min-chae gave Hee-do the diary that had been lost to him years ago. To Hee-do reread part of the diary, she found a note from Yi-jin, and while reading it she was able to remember all of her past life, with the old love of her life. Something interesting in the series was that Hee-do went to the same road where they usually passed by when they were young. Hee-do walked and an image was seen transforming into the young girl she was before when she met Yi-jin. Then an image could be seen as she was talking to him and he was talking to her. At the beginning of that encounter it appeared on the screen what Hee-do was saying. It was like a symbolism of what was in the diary. Then Hee-do started talking and expressing everything she felt for him. This part makes us think that Hee-do had not closed the chapter of her past love well, seeing the note that Yi-jin left her. Feelings for him started again, and she had to give it a final point. There is a theory that they said goodbye for real. In that scene, we saw how Hee-do became the young girl she was in the past, and we saw an image of Yi-jin at the same time. So we could also think that they saw each other as adults and said their final goodbyes. Recall that at the end Hee-do tells him, "You should be the first to leave today." This sentence was very meaningful. This sentence, you don't normally write in a diary. It is a sentence that you can say when you have the person in front of you. There is a possibility that when Hee-do saw the diary, she remembered Yi-jin, and maybe she called him and told him that she found the lost diary. Maybe thanks to the diary she relived all the moments with him and decided that they should have one last goodbye. Recall that Hee-do hadn't read those words that Yi-jin had left him years ago, and that may be why they decided to say a formal goodbye to each other. When they were talking about their past, and they constantly thanked each other for the moments they lived, and in conclusion they let each other know that despite everything, it made their love good. So because of this scene, there is a theory that when Hee-do went to the alley, they had really reunited. In the end, Yi-jin lost his password and the security question says, "Name your first love," and he writes "Na Hee-do," letting us know that she will always be the love of his life. There were several teaching messages in the series. For example, there was the difficult situation of choosing between career or love, the importance of dedicating time to family, believing in oneself and fighting for our dreams with a lot of effort. And that not always our first love is the one we are going to marry. It also teaches us that there are people who, although they are not with us, were necessary to make us what we are today. And we also learned that in couples it is important to spend time together and to have good communication. Among other things. Although perhaps the ending was not what the fans expected, it was an ending full of a lot of teaching and a lot of love, even though the main characters were not together. But the last scenes of this drama could be a good start for a second season. Although of course this has not been confirmed yet. A good season would be a great idea, as this series is considered to have been very successful in this genre of Korean dramas. You have wondered what would happen in a new season. Maybe it could happen that the second season will be based on the daughter's love story. There was a scene where Min-chae tells her mom Hee-do that she was going back to ballet and that she wants to feel the joy and frustrations of ballet, and that she wants to have her own story and have her own experiences. So this sentence could be a sign for a second season, focusing on the daughter's love story and her dedication in ballet. What is certain is that if they do make another season, it would be very good and interesting. What do you think about the end of the series? How do you imagine a second season? Leave your comment here. If you liked this video, please like and share it with your friends.